Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Olaiton and I'm a nail tech. In this video, I'll be teaching you the 5 basic tools you need to know as a beginner nail tech and also how to use them. Without wasting much of your time, let's go into it. So guys, the 5 tools we'll be talking about today are the most important things you need to know as a beginner nail tech. They are very important because you use them each and every day that you're doing nails, either practicing or trying to do nails. And the first one we're talking about is your trimmer or your nipper. Depends on whichever one you know how to use best. Some use trimmer, some use nipper. Depends on whichever one is best for you. And your pusher, very important. You need your pusher as well. File, your buffer, and also your nail cutter. So guys, I'll be explaining why these 5 tools are important to a nail tech, a beginner, a professional. Because with these 5 tools, these are the 5 tools you use in prepping your nails. Okay, so if you want to prep a nails, you start with your pusher. First thing you want to do is to push back the cuticle area or lift it up for your trimmer or your nipper to do its work. Then you push back your cuticle area. Secondly, you take your trimmer or your nipper, then you trim out the cuticle area. That is the first and the second step, which is pushing back the cuticle area, then trimming it out. So the third step is for you to take out your cutter, either the small cutter or your big cutter, then cut out the nails if necessary, if the person has a long nails. But if the person does not have a long nails, you don't need your cutter in order not to injure the person. You just bring out your file to file out the surface to make it rough, then also use your file to shape the edge of the nails. That is very important. Always shape the edge of your nails, either to a square shape or to a round shape, to the preferred shape of the client. Then the work of the file does not end there. We'll be going more into the work of the file later. We just have to know the basic tools and what they are meant for. Next is your buffer. Your buffer is meant to buff out the rough surface which your file did on top of the nails. You just have to use your buffer to buff it. After buffing it, you take out your cotton wool and your acetone or your dissolver to clean out the oil on top of the nails before you can now proceed to the next step, either painting it or just leaving it plain. But in a case whereby you want to stick on it to do acrylic or to do some other some other stuff that requires gluing down or putting powder, those parts need rough surface to stick on. If you're doing acrylic and you buff the top of your nails before sticking your nails, the nails is going to lift on time or pull out on time because there is no place for the glue to hold down to. So you just need to leave it like that after filing it. But in a case whereby you're just doing a polish on top of it or just leaving it like that, you just need to buff out the nails, then take out your cotton wool and acetone, then clean the surface of the nails. And that will be all for the 5 basic tools, which is your buffer, your file, your nail cutter, your pusher, and your trimmer. Always remember these 5 tools. They are very important and they are your best friend as a beginner nail tech, even as a professional nail tech. Because in a case whereby you don't trim out the cuticle, you don't push it back, you don't file, you don't stick, whatever you're doing is not going to come out nice. So you have to have these 5 tools completely, even before saying you want to become a nail tech. So make sure to get these 5 tools. They are very important, and make sure to master them, be familiar with them, always use them to get a hold of them, so you don't cut your clients while using your cuticle trimmer or your nipper, or while pushing back your cuticle or the client's cuticle, you don't hurt them while pushing it back, or you don't use the file to file out their cuticle or their skin. Always be gentle with your tools, get familiar with them and know how to use them. And also, as time goes on, you will get to learn more and you get to be perfect with these tools. By the time you start using them, start practicing with them, repeating the process, you get to be familiar with them. And as time goes on, you don't need to start looking for one or another. You already know which one is meant for which time and which process. So moving on, I'll show you a demonstration on how to use this stuff. Just a brief demonstration so you guys know how they work and how to use them. So without wasting much of your time, don't forget these 5 tools. They are very important. They are very important. So guys, that'll be the end of today's video on the 5 basic tools you need to know and practice more with in order for you to call yourself a beginner nail tech or a nail tech. Because as a nail tech, if you don't know these 5 basic tools, there is nowhere you're going to. You can't do your nails, you can't do anything. Even though you do the nails, they are not going to come out as expected. So you have to push back the cuticle, you have to trim, you have to file the surface of the nails before sticking. That is if you are doing acrylic and all those extensions. But in the case whereby you just want to paint, you can just buff directly just to save yourself stress. Because if you don't buff the nails and you just apply your base coat on top of it, it's going to give you a rough surface and the polish is not going to be neat. So you have to buff it. Always remember that buffing your nails when you want to paint. Don't buff your nails if you are doing any extension. In that way, if you don't buff it, there are rough edges for your glue to hold on to, for your acrylic to hold on to. But when you buff it, there is no rough edge for anything to hold on to. It's just your polish. So guys, practice with these tools, get familiar with them, and at the end of the day, when you already master them, you can then move to your next step. But try to master these 5 tools before going to your next step, because they will be very useful for you in your process, which is going to be hard, but as long as you keep on practicing, it's going to get easier as time goes on. So guys, that'll be the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on Facebook. Turn on your bell notification so whenever I drop my videos and educational videos, interesting videos, you get notified and you don't get left out. And don't forget to practice after learning. So guys, see you on the next video. Bye for now. Peace out. Love you guys.